Life is not fair. That's what they told little Kevin at his children's birthday party when I got the smallest piece of the cake. I guess everybody of you has experienced an unfair situation in their life before. But have you ever wondered, why does fairness matter so much to us? Biologists have shown that surprisingly many social animals have a sense of fairness. It's not just an emotion, but it can actually trigger physical reactions in your body and brain and even affect your health. Now, social animals, like us, live in groups, and our survival depends on the group. Therefore, contributions and cooperative behavior of every one of us are necessary to keep the system running. But in order to voluntarily contribute and accept social rules and structures, we must feel that these apply equally to every one of us. Then, and only then, we can be sure that someone who gives will be given later. You might ask now, what is fairness? Well, that's a philosophical question. Many try to answer, and spoiler alert, there are many definitions. One thing they have in common is fairness is a question that arises when there is a conflict in distributing resources. Take the birthday cakes, for example. We could say everybody should get the same. On the other hand, we could say, well, you should get a share that is proportional to how much you contributed making this cake. And others would say, maybe you should get the amount, everybody should get a sufficient amount so that nobody's hungry. When I grew up, I realized there are much bigger cakes I want a piece of. Resource allocation problems in cities affect our all daily lives. And these conflicts in distributing these resources threat severely the social cohesion and the prosperity of our society. Think about housing. It's so hard to get a house nowadays. Or think about the daily commute. Driving by a car or motorcycle is in many countries the only affordable and accessible way of transportation, and essential to participate in today's life, be it for work, shopping, education, and so on. Now, the problem with road networks is that its capacity is limited. If too many of us want to get from A to B at the same time, congestion arises and everybody stands still. That is not efficient. So maybe we should do something about it. Politicians and scientists have discussed pricing the right to drive in a city by car. It's called the congestion tax, and it was actually implemented in Singapore, London, and Stockholm already. This congestion price will basically give an incentive, and it's an economic instrument that incentivizes the change in the traffic demand patterns of consumers and can significantly reduce congestion. However, this comes at a price. It might create equity issues and be not fair because it systematically excludes people with lower income from transportation. This is why we need to find a socially feasible balance between equity or fairness and efficiency, and that is what I'm researching on in my PhD. Life might not be fair, so let's change it and get your rightful piece of the cake. Thank you very much.